Do people feel their legs becoming weaker, heavier, or more painful with each passing day? Do they notice how even the most mundane tasks, such as simply standing, walking leisurely, or climbing stairs, turn into a real challenge? If these symptoms sound familiar, it is crucial to pay close attention to them. What will be revealed next may come as a profound shock, as it explains the true reasons behind what is happening. This explanation includes certain dangerous foods that may be present in your daily diet. Furthermore, it will discuss two vitamin supplements that, contrary to popular belief about their indispensability, are secretly harming the body. All these factors combined are literally draining the vitality from your lower limbs. Indeed, the very vitamins widely advertised as beneficial and essential for health are actually capable of weakening muscle tissues, creating excessive tension in joints, and making legs unstable, causing discomfort and increasing their vulnerability. The most frightening aspect is that these hidden threats are in plain sight, integrated into your daily routine. Every sip and every bite of food can subtly fuel the growing weakness you experience. However, the situation worsens. The true nature of those two vitamin supplements that many may be taking right now could be astonishing. While consumers genuinely believe they are protecting themselves and strengthening their bones by purchasing these products, they are actually accelerating muscle loss and undermining the fundamental strength of their legs. The upcoming video narrative aims to uncover the authentic truth behind these specific pills and foods. Viewers will receive comprehensive information about what truly triggers this chronic fatigue, swelling, stiffness, and pain. Most importantly, it will be explained in detail what exactly should be strictly avoided and what changes need to be made in your life, starting today, to restore lost strength, regain vital energy, and achieve independence of movement. After all, who doesn't wish to maintain strong legs for many years and meet old age in full health? 15. Sweets and sugary desserts. Desserts and sweets are traditionally associated with comfort and pure pleasure. However, when it comes to leg health after the age of 60, these seemingly innocent treats can turn into silent and insidious enemies. Excessive consumption of refined sugar triggers powerful inflammatory reactions throughout the body, particularly noticeable in muscle tissues and joints. This chronic inflammation makes the lower limbs more sensitive, painful, and significantly more prone to progressive deterioration. Moreover, sugar directly correlates with increased insulin resistance, leading to the depletion of muscle energy. When muscles are critically deprived of the necessary energy, they inevitably weaken and function with much less efficiency. Sugar consumption is also a significant factor contributing to excess weight gain, which, in turn, places additional and excessive strain on the legs. Every extra pound of body weight requires the muscles and joints of the lower body to work harder, accelerating their wear and tear, intensifying discomfort, and leading to increasing weakness in the lower limbs. For older adults, who naturally experience muscle loss as they age, this situation becomes particularly alarming. It should also be noted that sugar increases the production of toxins in the body, further exacerbating existing inflammatory reactions. The more intense the inflammatory process, the harder it is to keep legs functional and strong. Few realize that sugar has a direct and substantial impact on the circulatory system. Excessive sugar consumption significantly increases the likelihood of developing vascular diseases, leading to restricted vital blood flow to the lower extremities. Insufficient blood supply, in turn, deprives the leg muscle tissues of the necessary oxygen and nutrients, which are critically important for their functioning. This circumstance seriously hinders tissue regeneration and significantly slows down the natural processes of muscle recovery after exertion. Thus, the fleeting pleasure of a sweet dessert can come at an exorbitantly high price for overall health, especially for the musculoskeletal system. Beyond the metabolic consequences already mentioned, sweets are almost entirely devoid of vital nutrients necessary for maintaining muscle health and strength, such as high-quality proteins and essential magnesium. In other words, one consumes so-called empty calories that not only do not contribute to strengthening the body, but actively weaken it. In old age, such an unbalanced diet significantly accelerates the natural process of muscle loss, which is one of the most serious obstacles to maintaining full mobility. Therefore, if one notices their legs gradually losing their former strength, the reason for this phenomenon may be surprisingly simple and hidden in a seemingly harmless piece of cake or pie. What is perceived as an innocent treat can actually seriously undermine independence of movement and physical strength. Most commercial confectionery products, in addition to sugar, contain numerous chemical additives, including artificial colors and preservatives, which are known to exacerbate inflammatory processes in the body. These foreign substances disrupt the delicate natural balance of the body and have a direct negative impact on the entire muscular system. In combination with high sugar content, they form a particularly detrimental combination for health. Switching to healthier, natural alternatives, such as fresh fruits seasoned with aromatic cinnamon, or homemade desserts with significantly reduced sugar content, already represents a significant step toward improving health. One can still enjoy sweets, but make a more conscious and wise choice that respects the needs of their body. Ultimately, both the legs and the taste buds will undoubtedly be grateful for such thoughtful consideration. 14. Fried food. While it can sometimes be extremely difficult to resist tempting French fries or crispy nuggets, the harm that fried food inflicts on the human body, especially after reaching 60 years of age, is absolutely impossible to ignore. These foods, abundant in harmful trans and saturated fats, significantly increase the level of inflammatory markers throughout the body. Such systemic inflammation has a direct negative impact on muscle tissues and joints, leading to a feeling of stiffness in the legs, increasing discomfort, and making them more vulnerable to various injuries. The fats contained in fried food also actively hinder normal blood flow, which makes it difficult for muscles to receive adequate oxygen. Insufficient circulation, in turn, deprives the body of the ability to effectively self-repair and develop physical strength. Furthermore, regular consumption of fried food contributes to the clogging of blood vessels, which further limits the delivery of vital nutrients to the muscle fibers of the legs. Over time, this detrimental mechanism leads to the weakening of the entire support structure of the body and significantly accelerates joint wear. Among the main culprits for this condition are popular but harmful products such as donuts, chicken nuggets, and, of course, French fries. When consumed regularly, these products place excessive strain on the body's skeletal and circulatory systems. The fleeting pleasure of their taste simply cannot justify the serious harm they inflict on health. Have people noticed how, after a meal heavily saturated with fried foods, their legs feel heavier and more painful? This is nothing more than the body's reaction to an excess of harmful fats. The long and energy-intensive digestion process of such foods consumes a significant amount of energy, leaving far fewer resources for full muscle function. Such a dietary regimen can directly manifest as chronic leg fatigue. Among other things, regular consumption of fried food is closely linked to weight gain, which further exacerbates the strain on the lower limbs. Breaking this ingrained habit can be extremely difficult, but it is an absolutely necessary measure for maintaining health. Fried food is also characterized by extremely low nutritional density, providing the body with minimal amounts of vitamins, minerals, and proteins that truly contribute to strengthening muscle tissues. A diet dominated by such products creates a serious imbalance, actively contributing to muscle loss. With reduced muscle mass, legs lose their stability and resilience, which negatively affects one's ability to bear their own weight, climb stairs, or move safely. Giving up fried food is one of several simple but extremely effective actions that can help maintain mobility and independence of movement. Switching from fried food to healthier cooking methods such as baking, boiling, or steaming will undoubtedly help preserve the health and strength of your legs. 13. White bread. White bread, a ubiquitous product for breakfast and light snacks, has an effect on the human body, especially after reaching 60 years of age, that cannot be called harmless. Made from refined flour, white bread undergoes a complex processing procedure during which most of its valuable dietary fiber and essential nutrients are removed. This transforms it into a rapidly digestible carbohydrate, which, when consumed, causes sharp spikes in blood glucose levels. Such sugar fluctuations directly and negatively affect muscle health, especially in the lower limbs, provoking feelings of fatigue and weakness. Regular consumption of white bread, therefore, creates a persistent metabolic imbalance in the body. White bread, characterized by low fiber content and a high glycemic index, also contributes to the development of insulin resistance. This condition impairs the delivery of glucose to muscle cells, which directly impacts the energy level and strength needed for daily activities. The less energy the legs receive, the harder it is for them to maintain muscle elasticity. This can lead to progressive muscle loss, a phenomenon that is relatively common with age. In this context, white bread ceases to be a neutral food product and becomes an active irritant that undermines health. The impact of white bread extends far beyond glucose level issues. Being a product with low protein and mineral content, it does not provide real support for muscle repair and growth. To prevent sarcopenia, i.e., progressive muscle loss, older adults require significantly more protein in their diet. Neglecting alternative protein sources in favor of daily white bread consumption is a serious mistake that depletes the body's resources with each meal. This can lead to legs becoming weak, constantly tired, and unstable. In addition to not nourishing the body, white bread actively contributes to weight gain, especially when combined with additions like butter, cheeses, or sweet fillings. Excess weight, in turn, puts additional pressure on the legs, which in old age are already naturally more fragile, leading to chronic pain, inflammation, and a significantly increased risk of injury. Thus, white bread restricts mobility rather than supporting it. Each consumed piece may seem harmless, but it is the cumulative effect of poor dietary habits that causes the most damage to health. Fortunately, there are many more nutritious and beneficial alternatives. Whole grain bread, naturally fermented or made from grains like oats, flaxseed, and rye, provides the body with beneficial dietary fiber and essential nutrients. These products indirectly improve muscle condition, promote healthy digestion, and help normalize blood sugar levels. When combined with proteins and healthy fats, such as eggs or avocados, they create balanced and complete meals. There's no need to completely give up bread. Simply choose healthier and more nutritious options. Are you still watching? Soon you'll learn about the 2 worst vitamins that are harming your legs. 12. Alcoholic beverages. With age, especially when it comes to the health of leg muscles and joints, consuming alcoholic beverages becomes increasingly dangerous and undesirable. After 60, the human body metabolizes alcohol less efficiently, significantly amplifying its harmful effects on all systems. Among the key negative consequences are severe difficulties in absorbing vital minerals, including calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D. Without these indispensable components, muscles inevitably weaken and bones become brittle, significantly increasing the likelihood of fractures and dangerous falls. Alcohol also directly suppresses natural muscle recovery processes. This means that after any physical exertion, the body requires significantly more time for tissue regeneration, leading to prolonged pain, chronic fatigue, and an increased risk of injury. Furthermore, alcohol causes dehydration, which in turn impairs muscle flexibility and contributes to painful leg cramps. Beyond this, alcohol disrupts the normal function of the liver, which plays a key role in synthesizing compounds vital for the health of all body tissues. The link between alcohol consumption and weight gain is also very significant. Alcoholic beverages are high in calories and actively contribute to fat accumulation, especially in the abdominal area, even with moderate consumption. This excess weight places additional strain on the legs and requires more work from the joints, inevitably worsening overall mobility. Combined with the natural age-related decline in muscle mass, this can have truly devastating consequences for mobility and overall quality of life. Have people noticed how their body wakes up more tired and aching after a night spent consuming alcohol? This is a direct reflection of the colossal strain alcohol places on muscles and joints. Regular alcohol consumption significantly increases inflammation levels in the body, which in turn exacerbates discomfort and reduces one's natural desire to engage in physical activity. Over time, this detrimental habit seriously undermines the body's ability to remain active and healthy. Soon information will be revealed about 2 vitamins that, contrary to popular belief, can weaken the legs. 11. Processed meat. Many people's diets include processed meat due to its undeniable convenience, yet it hides serious and numerous threats to leg health, especially in old age. Products such as bacon, ham, and sausages, rich in sodium and various chemical preservatives, actively contribute to the development of chronic inflammation throughout the body. This systemic inflammation has a direct negative impact on joints and causes constant discomfort in the leg muscles, ankles, and knees. It is precisely these products that can be directly linked to the feeling of stiffness that people often experience upon waking. Processed meat has another significant drawback: a high content of saturated fats. These fats reduce muscle blood flow, raise levels of so-called bad cholesterol, and significantly impair overall circulation. Insufficient blood supply deprives leg muscles of necessary nutrition and oxygen, disrupting their maintenance and regeneration processes. The result is a gradual weakening of the lower limbs, and ultimately this reduction in strength limits the performance of even the most basic daily tasks. Furthermore, these products contribute to the accumulation of toxins in the body, placing excessive strain on the liver and kidneys. These organs play a crucial role in filtering chemicals that, when accumulated, lead to muscle fatigue. Preservatives found in processed meat have also been shown to negatively affect glucose metabolism, reducing available muscle energy. Again, this effect is felt directly in the legs as a constant feeling of fatigue and heaviness. While older adults sometimes choose these products for convenience, attention to nutrition should be doubled at this stage of life. When it comes to sacrificing quality of life, convenience can prove too costly. Choosing healthy protein sources such as eggs, chicken, fish, and lean cuts of beef is a key first step in maintaining muscle strength and overall health. Simple dietary substitutions make a huge difference. For example, one can replace bacon with avocado or olive oil, sausage with cooked eggs, and ham with shredded chicken breast. With these changes, the body begins to adapt, and the legs become lighter and more vibrant. This is a sensible compromise between fleeting taste and long-term freedom of movement, between momentary pleasure and a prolonged active life. 10. Instant noodles. While instant noodles may seem like an ideal solution for those seeking maximum convenience and time saving, they have an alarming effect on the body, especially after 60. Primarily composed of refined flour and numerous chemical additives, this fast food provides relatively little nutritional value. It is a calorie-dense food with extremely low fiber, protein, and essential micronutrient content, components that are critically important for preserving muscle mass. Over time, this type of diet directly leads to the deterioration of leg health and overall mobility. Among the main drawbacks of instant noodles is their extremely high salt content. Just one serving can provide more than half of the recommended daily sodium intake. Excess sodium contributes to fluid retention in the body, making legs swollen and painful. It also significantly raises blood pressure, hindering adequate blood flow to the muscles. Poor circulation leads to muscle tissue becoming undernourished, weak, and slower to recover after physical activity. The chemical additives found in the seasoning packets that accompany the noodles are another serious cause for concern. Preservatives, colorings, and monosodium glutamate are often linked to chronic inflammatory processes in the body. Even minor inflammation disrupts normal joint function and accelerates muscle degradation. Ultimately, this leads to discomfort, stiffness, and mobility limitations that become increasingly frequent in the daily lives of those who regularly consume this type of food. The impact on metabolism is no less important. The lack of fiber significantly increases the glycemic index of noodles, leading to sharp spikes in blood sugar. Such glycemic instability negatively affects insulin activity, hindering the efficient use of energy by muscles. When muscle tissues lack adequate energy supply, they quickly become weak and tired. As a result, even a simple walk to the store can turn into an exhausting struggle due to poor nutrition. 9. Industrially produced cakes. While industrially produced cakes may evoke associations with youth and provide fleeting joy, they conceal ingredients that seriously harm leg health, especially in old age. Filled with processed sugar, hydrogenated fats, and synthetic preservatives that disrupt metabolism and irritate the body, these products pose a particular problem. Sugar in particular impairs insulin function and promotes fat accumulation in the body, not only causing excess weight, but also creating a metabolic environment highly unfavorable for maintaining muscle strength. Another important aspect of these cakes is the presence of trans fats, used to improve taste and extend shelf life. These fats lower good cholesterol levels and raise bad cholesterol levels, which inevitably impairs blood flow. Poor circulation deprives leg muscles of essential nutrients and oxygen, causing their degradation. In the long term, this can lead to muscle loss, joint stiffness, and potential mobility problems. Regular consumption of industrially produced cakes is also associated with persistent inflammation, one of the main causes of muscle weakness and joint discomfort. Emulsifiers, stabilizers, and colorings, among other ingredients, negatively affect the immune system and trigger inflammatory reactions, primarily affecting the leg joints. The results are increased discomfort, reduced mobility, and the formation of a sedentary lifestyle cycle, which in turn leads to further muscle loss. Although these cakes may be tasty, they are catastrophically lacking in nutritional density. This means that despite their high-calorie content, they do not contain essential nutrients such as proteins, calcium, and magnesium, vital for muscle and bone health. Frequent consumption of such food is akin to trying to fuel your car with contaminated gasoline. In this scenario, the muscles are the engine, and it does not respond properly, showing malfunctions, fatigue, and sluggishness. Often, convenience in food pushes people towards ill-considered decisions. Baking homemade cakes using whole grain flour, fresh fruits, and natural oils can be just as practical as buying ready-made products. However, the fundamental difference lies in the impact this choice will have on the body in the medium and long term. As taste buds retrain, muscles will undoubtedly appreciate the added firmness, tone, and energy. T. Ultra-processed cheeses. While ultra-processed cheeses such as spreads, processed slices, and melted cheeses seem convenient and tasty, they can harbor serious health risks. For those seeking to maintain leg strength after 60, these products, rich in sodium and saturated fats, affect the muscular and vascular systems in two main ways. Sodium contributes to fluid retention in the body and raises blood pressure, while saturated fats undermine the elasticity of blood vessels, disrupting normal circulation. This combination leads to legs becoming more swollen, uncomfortable, and feeling heavy. Furthermore, ultra-processed cheeses often contain preservatives and phosphates, among other ingredients, which disrupt the body's natural mineral balance. Two minerals vital for muscle contraction and bone health, calcium and magnesium, are directly affected by this. Improper absorption of these minerals causes the body to show signs of muscle fatigue, joint discomfort, and even nocturnal cramps. Being large and constantly used, the leg muscles are the first to show these warning signs. Another important aspect is that these cheeses lack quality proteins. Unlike artisanal cheeses, which better retain their nutritional profile, ultra-processed varieties undergo complex industrial processing methods that significantly reduce their nutritional density. This indicates that while one consumes calories, their body does not receive the necessary amino acids vital for maintaining muscle mass. Muscle loss is one of the key causes of functional decline and dependence with age. Have people ever noticed that after a meal rich in processed foods, their body feels heavier and less energetic? This is a genuine sensation resulting from the demineralizing and inflammatory action of these products. Over time, the lack of essential nutrients leads to weakened bones and reduced muscle performance. Short walks require more effort than they should, and light steps become insurmountable barriers. All of this can be directly linked to the type of cheese present on toast. A good way to maintain health is to replace these products with fresher, less processed cheeses, such as ricotta, cottage cheese, or farmer's cheese. And remember, we are approaching the most significant discovery. Two more of the worst vitamin supplements for your legs are ahead. Industrial ice cream. While industrial ice cream poses a significant danger to leg health after 60, it is among the most popular treats on hot days or as desserts. These products are extremely calorie-dense and inflammatory, containing saturated fats with significant levels of refined sugar. Such a diet causes sharp spikes in blood sugar levels, followed by rapid drops, which compromises muscle energy stability. This instability makes legs weak, heavy, and more susceptible to exhaustion. Ice cream, especially low-quality varieties, contains saturated fats that harm the cardiovascular system. Oxygen-rich blood struggles to reach the body's extremities, including the legs. The result is numbness, tingling, and even constant cramps. In the long term, this circulatory deficit causes muscle weakening, loss of mobility, and an increased risk of falls. All this time, people think they are just indulging themselves. Furthermore, industrial ice cream contains artificial colorings, emulsifiers, and thickeners that exacerbate inflammation in the body. This hidden inflammation is a primary cause of joint damage and muscle tissue damage. Prolonged consumption of these products contributes to digestive and hormonal disorders that directly affect the absorption of vital nutrients for muscle development. Without proper nutrition, the body cannot remain stable and strong over time. Another important factor is that these products have no real nutritional value. Rich in empty calories, they do not build muscle, repair tissues, or nourish joints. This means that even when consuming something pleasant, the feeling of fatigue persists and potentially intensifies. The impact on the legs is obvious. Less elasticity, more daily pain, and reduced tolerance for physical activity. Every bite deprives the body of the opportunity to strengthen itself. Milk chocolate. Whether as a dessert or a daytime treat, milk chocolate is present in many people's diets. However, its regular consumption can have more serious consequences than it seems at first glance, especially for the legs of people over 60. Rich in sugar and saturated fats, this chocolate contributes to inflammatory mechanisms that directly affect joints and muscles. High glucose levels combined with low-quality fat create a metabolic overload, contributing to reduced muscle strength. The low cocoa content in milk chocolate presents another problem. While cocoa contains beneficial antioxidants, most commercial versions of milk chocolate are highly processed products filled with preservatives and artificial sweeteners. These chemicals not only damage the liver and pancreas, but also disrupt the absorption of vital nutrients essential for muscle health. The result is depleted legs, lacking energy, and more susceptible to aches and stiffness. The simple sugars in these chocolates are rapidly absorbed, causing sharp insulin spikes that deplete muscle energy. For people already struggling to maintain muscle mass, this instability is catastrophic. Furthermore, milk chocolate consumption often correlates with abdominal weight gain, which exacerbates the strain on the lower limbs. This constant overload contributes to the wear and tear of the knee, hip, and ankle joints. However, there are healthy substitutions that allow you to continue enjoying pleasant moments. High cocoa chocolate contains antioxidants and flavonoids that are beneficial for circulation and muscles. In moderation, these products can even support vascular health. The key lies in choice and quantity, always guided by mindfulness and balance. We aim to help you make these important dietary choices for better mobility. 5. Canned foods. While canned foods are very convenient to use, they contain many ingredients that can seriously threaten leg health in old age. Most of them contain chemical preservatives, such as sodium benzoate and nitrites, as well as colorings, excess salt, and other chemicals. These substances have a strong inflammatory effect and harm muscle and vascular health. When consumed regularly, they hinder muscle regeneration and prevent their proper oxygenation. Furthermore, the excess salt in canned foods contributes to fluid retention, one of the main causes of heavy, uncomfortable legs. This retention not only causes pain, but can also indicate poor circulation and tissue inflammation, especially in people with hypertension, which is common after 60. The problem is exacerbated as the extra salt burdens the cardiovascular system and disrupts the delivery of essential nutrients to the muscles. Reduced nutritional value represents another alarming aspect of canned foods. Even canned meats and vegetables undergo processes that strip them of most of their inherent nutrients. The result is a diet low in minerals and vitamins, but high in toxins that the body must struggle to eliminate. This metabolic stress depletes energy and impairs muscle performance. Your food may be more responsible for constant leg fatigue and weakness than you think. Additionally, though in small amounts, aluminum found in some cans can accumulate in the body over time. Data suggests that regular consumption of food stored in metal containers can harm the nervous system and muscle function. This increases the risk of falls, balance disorders, and gradual weakening, a risk not worth taking, given other options on the market. For those who want to maintain mobility, avoiding canned foods and choosing fresh, frozen, or naturally preserved alternatives is an important first step. Cooking with natural ingredients free of synthetic additives brings almost immediate benefits to well-being. It is also a choice that protects your autonomy and quality of life over time. If you think that only industrially processed foods harm your legs, know that there is still much to discover. Soon, it will be revealed which 2 vitamin supplements are most dangerous for muscle health. The truth about these supplements may shock you. 4. Filled cookies and processed snacks. Many people include filled cookies and processed treats in their snacks, but after 60, their consumption can significantly accelerate the loss of leg strength. These products are true aggressors for the body, filled with artificial substances, including colorings, additives, flavorings, preservatives, and stabilizers. They not only irritate the body, but also place excessive strain on vital organs such as the liver and kidneys, directly impairing circulation and the absorption of essential nutrients for muscles. These products are poor in minerals, proteins, and fiber, yet high in calories. In other words, they provide many calories but very few nutrients. For older adults, this is particularly harmful, as the body no longer absorbs nutrients as efficiently as in youth. A richer and more functional diet is necessary to compensate for the natural muscle loss that aging brings. Consuming products high in sugar, hydrogenated fats, and salt only accelerates this process. Trans fats used in these products pose another serious problem. This type of synthetic fat is one of the key inflammatory factors in the modern diet. They not only clog arteries, but also hinder the flow of oxygen-rich and nutrient-rich blood to the muscles. Poor blood supply to the leg muscles leads to discomfort, fatigue, and sometimes an unsteady gait. Although it happens gradually, fragility develops unnoticed. Furthermore, the excess sodium in these products causes fluid retention, which exacerbates swelling in the lower limbs. Swollen legs clearly indicate a problem. Poor nutrition combined with impaired circulation creates ideal conditions for the development of varicose veins, chronic pain, and a feeling of heaviness when walking. All of this can be the result of consuming seemingly harmless snacks. These cookies and snacks also cause sharp glucose spikes, followed by rapid drops, which weaken the body and cause an endless feeling of hunger. This negative cycle reduces muscle energy and contributes to weight gain. The more one relies on such products, the more their ability to maintain strong, healthy, and functional legs declines. Replacing them with natural products completely changes this situation. Monosodium glutamate, MSG. From ready-made seasonings to instant noodles, meat broths, packet soups, and numerous frozen ready meals, industrial products are abundant in monosodium glutamate. While it is designed to enhance food flavor, the impact of this additive on the human body extends far beyond taste. For people over 60, regular consumption of MSG can be particularly harmful, especially for leg muscles. MSG affects vital neurotransmitters that control muscle contraction through the nervous system. Those who are more sensitive to this chemical may experience muscle pain, headaches, tingling, and general fatigue. When these effects manifest in the legs, they cause sensations of heaviness, stiffness, and sometimes slight tremors. The problem worsens with age, as the body becomes increasingly susceptible to excitotoxic chemicals that damage neurons. Furthermore, MSG causes persistent inflammation in the body, affecting joints, muscles, and blood vessels. This inflammation disrupts muscle function and circulation in the limbs. Poorly oxygenated legs significantly increase the likelihood of muscle weakness, cramps, and loss of mobility. Many products containing MSG are also relatively high in sodium, which exacerbates fluid retention and leg swelling. This additive also affects energy metabolism, altering glucose uptake by muscles. This reduces the efficiency of muscles in converting energy into strength, which compromises the legs even during basic activities, such as climbing stairs or walking short distances. In the long term, such a diet can lead to muscle loss and dependence on others for daily tasks. Many people are unaware of their regular MSG consumption. Product labels mask it under various names, including flavor enhancer, hydrolyzed protein, yeast extract, and other technical terms that hide its true effect. Therefore, the goal is to choose natural flavorings such as fresh herbs, garlic, onion, lemon, and olive oil, instead of ultra-processed products and artificial seasonings. Now, let's consider the two worst vitamins, an excess of which can undermine the strength of your legs. 2. Excess vitamin A. Vitamin A is essential for a multitude of vital processes in the body, including maintaining vision, strengthening immunity, and ensuring skin integrity. However, an excess of vitamin A, especially from supplements, can be extremely harmful and lead to various negative consequences, including affecting leg muscles. After 60, the body finds it harder to metabolize and excrete excess vitamin A, which significantly increases the likelihood of its accumulation in the liver and joints. Muscle pain, especially felt in the legs and back, is one of the most common signs of hypervitaminosis A, arising from inflammation of muscle tissues caused by excess vitamin. This pain can be mistaken for joint or spinal problems. Beyond pain, reports of muscle weakness, difficulty climbing stairs, walking, or standing up after prolonged sitting clearly indicate a nutritional imbalance. Excess vitamin A also hinders the absorption of other vital minerals, including magnesium and calcium. Without these minerals, muscles cannot contract and relax properly, contributing to the development of fatigue, spasms, and cramps in the legs. Additionally, the accumulation of vitamin A in the liver can disrupt energy production, which compromises muscle function. The result is a gradual decline in mobility and strength. Excess vitamin A causes another adverse effect: bone demineralization, especially in frequently used areas of the legs and hips. This weakens bones and significantly increases the risk of fractures. For people with osteopenia or osteoporosis, this effect is much more harmful. Therefore, vitamin A supplements should only be used under strict medical supervision and always in regulated quantities. Self-medication is the cause of many of these hidden problems. Vitamin A is naturally found in foods such as liver, egg yolk, whole milk, carrots, and pumpkin. A balanced diet generally eliminates the need for additional supplements. The risk begins with exaggeration, especially when consuming fortified foods or potent supplements. Total intake should be carefully monitored, considering all sources, including multivitamins. Excess vitamin D. Often recommended to older adults for maintaining bone health and proper immune system function, few realize that an excess of vitamin D can have serious negative consequences, even for the legs. Typically resulting from excessive supplement intake, hypervitaminosis D occurs when this vitamin accumulates in the body. Muscle pain is one of the main symptoms of this imbalance, accompanied by weakening and loss of movement coordination. Unlike other vitamins that the body quickly excretes, vitamin D is fat-soluble and accumulates in fatty tissues. Excess vitamin D can raise calcium levels in the blood, a condition called hypercalcemia. This leads to leg stiffness, burning in the muscles, cramps, joint discomfort, and related symptoms. Hypercalcemia directly affects muscles and nerves, disrupting the electrical impulses that control body movements. Excess vitamin D can also cause excessive calcium deposition in soft tissues, including muscle fibers and tendons. This means that areas such as the knees, calf muscles, and thighs can become increasingly stiff, lose elasticity, and cause pronounced discomfort during physical activity. Thus, a substance intended to be protective paradoxically turns into a source of wear and functional limitation. Older individuals consuming high doses of vitamin D without proper medical supervision are at significant risk of developing such complications. Another alarming issue is that high doses of vitamin D can cause serious kidney damage, which is key to maintaining mineral balance in the bloodstream. Impaired filtration capacity and metabolite retention are clear signs of renal dysfunction, exacerbating lower limb swelling, intensifying muscle discomfort, and a general feeling of weakness. Thus, a vicious cycle forms. Excess vitamin D triggers an increase in calcium levels, which in turn leads to impaired kidney function and, consequently, to worsening problems with the muscular system. Vitamin D supplementation should be carried out exclusively based on laboratory test results and under strict medical supervision. This critically important aspect requires a careful and conscious approach. There is a widespread misconception that all supplements are inherently beneficial for the body, which prompts many to consume them uncontrollably and excessively. However, it should be remembered that an excessive amount of a vitamin in the body can be just as detrimental as a deficiency. In the context of lower limb health, this can lead to irreversible loss of mobility and, consequently, to the loss of vital independence.